I was watching a TikTok where a guy was talking about going to college is meant to open your mind, and he saw a TikTok where a lot of black people were thinking about rushing clear people's fraternities and sororities. And it made me think of, even though I went to a PWI, I was still Dr. Anderson's daughter. And, my dad called me Angela Davis. So the first 2 years, I was going there, but I was part of our Black Student Union, which we called the Black Awareness Coordinating Committee, BACC. We would have these events where we would invite our clear peers to come and discuss race, but they would never come. And so my junior and senior year, I was like, well, I go to a PWI and they be in my class and they have to participate. So every assignment I made about race. I remember in my visual anthropology class, I wrote a paper about the cover with Giselle and LeBron James and about how that was essentially the King Kong book cover. And one of my clear peers was like, oh, well, maybe they called people a monkey in a good way. And I just was like, that moment I was very proud of myself because, in college I had to learn how to string two sentences together because I was very quiet K through 12. And my clear professor was in my corner as well, but that was like the first time I remember like sticking up for myself in real time, because I very much was originally one of those people who were like, dang it, 2 weeks later I should have said that. I was just like, nah, bruh. And then I remember in my public speaking class, I did one speech on affirmative action. And then I remember this clear woman talking about, she just responded to me, and I just was like, clear women benefit the most from affirmative action. Another speech I did in my public speaking class was on the difference between individual discrimination, institutional discrimination, and structural discrimination. And I can't remember what class this was. It was like another like anthropology or something type class. I had this clear instructor, and I did a whole PowerPoint on, I don't even know what it was about, but I remember I broke down like when each group of people became clear. So like, Germans weren't always clear, Italians, Irish, all this stuff. And I can't remember if it was in the same presentation, but I remember I was talking about like talking white, and the clear lady, like my professor, was trying to like debate me on like, there's no talking white, it doesn't mean talking proper. And I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about. My older sister and her ex-husband, they would go into the, hey, Janie, hey, Robert. Like, it wasn't that they were speaking proper, it was the tonality. And I was trying to explain to her that there are different tonalities in the way we speak typically. The more assimilated people are, it's harder to differentiate whether they are a certain ethnicity. I can listen to a newscaster, or I can listen to a disc jockey or somebody on the radio. Even if they speak properly, I can still tell they're black. So I'm like, there's a tonal difference. But she kept debating me and she never got what I was saying. But yeah, I just remember distinctively like any project that I could make about race, I did it. And I was like standing 10 toes down in front of my class like, yeah, I wanted to hear what y'all got to say. And what they had to say was some craziness. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, Jesus. Y'all. All right.